You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a
looking
bat, I
at the
don't know, my
youngest
rap,
and
my blood
fastest
boils
rising
over
star
like,
in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you had shut the fuck up real bad.
Shut up.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Heal the Ring podcast, watch along. And us here, we're going to review AEW Dynamite. And let's go with our host, the main man, Adam, the DIFFMAN.
It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another episode of the Heel of the Ring with my main man, Kev. How you doing tonight, Kev?
I'm doing well.
Because Khan just wanted to have
And
fun.
of course, joining us, and of course, joining us as always, the Heel himself. Heel, how you doing tonight, Heel?
Oh, I'm doing good, but I wish I knew how MJF was doing.
All
Hello?
right. All right.
I was
So,
like-
so, Adam, what do you have in store for us this evening? I think Adam having some technical difficulties. Oh, my goodness. That's what you get when you mention Tony Khan. He turns our program off here. Adam, are you alive, Adam?
You say
I am
MJF
here.
One day is gonna.
All right.
mess
Tell
up
us what we
your-
have in task for tonight.
All right. Well, we got a lot going on tonight. This is the first show after AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. Just really quick, I don't want to.
Wow, that was the most quickest review I ever seen. Wow. That Forbidden Door closed quickly on him. Let's wait until the host of the show gets here. I'm glad Vince McMahon is still here around because my goodness. Talk about Forbidden Door, my goodness. Folks, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. Our host is on a cheap internet package, and he's paying the price there. He has to spurge the big bucks. I think he's trying to tell me he needs a raise. He's MJFing me on the program. But all in all, Heel, let's talk a little bit about New Japan AEW Forbidden Door real quick. I know it's already passed because it's going to set up for tonight's review in Bloods and Guts. Hopefully our host will come in here. I'm going to just ask you real quick with New Japan and AEW. Did you like them working together, and did it? I understand that me personally, I'm going to give you my quick thought. The build-up from AEW to New Japan, the build-up from every week wasn't as hot as the matches. I actually enjoyed the matches. Let's see it. Our host, are we back, our host?
Yes, sir. Now that we got the botches out of the way, I'll get it right.
There you go.
What we have tonight is the first AEW Dynamite after Forbidden Door. This is AEW Blood and Guts. Unfortunately, no Bryan Danielson again on the show. As we knew, he was not going to be able to be on this show as well. But real quick, you guys, just give me your really, really brief thoughts on AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door before we get into Blood and Guts.
The build up was actually okay. I didn't think it was anything that special. The only thing special was when the New Japan wrestlers show up. Then it felt like it really picked up because I'll be honest with you, New Japan wrestlers just have more charisma, more personality. At least compared to most of the wrestlers on the AEW roster, and they're more solidified too. At least more than some of them, and then some of them are even feel like they're more in their prime. If I'm being honest. And then, but the matches themselves, though, on the pay-per-view, it's kind of hard to judge AEW matches, especially pay-per-views, because if we're looking at it from a storyline and a wrestling point of view, I guess they were okay. But if we're looking at it from a hardcore wrestling point of view and you're just looking for matches, I guess they were really, really good to great. But overall, for my taste and for overall wrestling, I'll give the whole show overall probably like it's D plus to C minus.
Oh my goodness!
A lot of it was either predictable or you're just like, okay, why?
Yeah. What do you think, Kev?
Like we mentioned a little earlier, the build up to getting me to the Forbidden Door, the build up needed a lot of work. It wasn't appealing for a casual wrestling fan like myself to want to watch it. But since we're covering and we're hosting and we're doing podcasts, and now we're entering the content creator mode, and the matches, the wrestling in-ring ability, wrestling with New Japan wrestling, I'm being introduced to these new performers. For me, as I enjoyed it. The Orange Cassidy, Will Ospreay match was phenomenal. All the different technicality, the moves, phenomenal, excellent. But at the end of Forbidden Door, what did we get? We didn't get a lot of clarity. It wasn't building up the storyline. I felt that they were trying to build more blood and guts. They were doing a pay-per-view to set up a TV show where it should be the TV show setting up the pay-per-view. And it was a little bit reverse order, and I'm like, okay, I like the fact the matches, the in-ring competitors, everyone was great. Even the Thunder Rosa match, with Tori Storm, it was they fought an excellent match. But what comes out, what did develop later on, for what can we build off of? Other than we saw, a lot of New Japan losing, and graphically so, you're on American soil. Maybe if they do Blood and Forbidden Door now in Tokyo Dome next year or whenever, you have a reversal. You see more New Japan getting over. But all in all, the ring performance, a great matchup. I wasn't too impressed with the Rainmaker. I wasn't really too impressed with him. Maybe I need to see more matches. I was impressed with the other wrestlers, Will Ospreay, the Aussie Club, everything about it. I'm not going to say nothing negative about it. It was very entertaining. Other than the storyline and development, what was it? I'm going to give it it was entertaining for a casual wrestling fan that I was expecting the worst. And I'm not saying it was the greatest that it's going to make me, now I'm going to go watch New Japan Wrestling. No, I'm not going to watch New Japan Wrestling, but I respect that. Yeah. They earn my respect as competitors. And I'm gonna give it a B plus in my opinion. Okay.
I will say this though, we did find out the hack to how to really beat Adam Cole. All you gotta do is hit him on the ground and roll him over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's finished. You know what? That's what I was gonna say along the lines of my review of Forbidden Door. Was I felt like it was a lot of really good matches with just some dumb finishes. The Adam Cole match, I don't know if that was an audible, because apparently, I think it wasn't an audible, because I think Adam Cole got hurt in that match.
We would have got,
and they had to call an audible.
Don't you think?
I don't know. We know that Adam Cole is out, but we don't know. I don't think that they would say that it was an audible. I think that they would just say he was hurt in the match, which They did
True.
say he was hurt in the match, so we know that he was hurt, but they didn't actually say that was not supposed to be the finish. I don't think that was supposed to be the finish. I did not like Jay. I don't mind Jay White going over, but the finish was dumb. Unless it was an audible, in which case, okay, fine, understandable. What can you do? Mox winning, yeah, predictable. Just I don't even know why we have an interim AEW champion. I don't mean to get too into the weeds here, but just the idea of there being an interim AEW champion to me is just dumb. But yeah, him beating Tana, predictable. I would have put Tana over and had him go up against Punk. Now it feels like, well, whoever the AEW interim champion is going to lose to Punk anyway, so it seems kind of pointless. But I'm going to split the difference between Heel's D and Kev's C and B.
I got the B.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the B.
And Kev's B, and I'm going to give it a C.
Okay.
It just
Wow,
it was
surprised.
such a great setup.
You're the bigger AEW New Japan guy. So for me being the casual, I got the higher. I was more. I kind of was entertained. I'm surprised at him.
The Fatal 4-Way match was a great match, but again, like the finish just killed it for me.
I could
Anyway,
do it with
so-
at the ending. At the ending, I could do without everyone coming out. Jericho, like, what is it? Every time the matches would end, we got to throw. It's like go, get on TV. It's like it's like that overzealous aunt that wants everybody in the group picture, and they're like, come on, and it felt like that.
Yeah.
Was last night. I was like, oh my god, really?
So basically, like AEW's roster.
Yeah, me and Adam were talking about this when we were playing 2K. We were like, it would have been awesome if they would have just had like one simple moment. I forgot what exactly we said, but we were like AEW could be so much more better just with simple moments.
Oh
A
yeah,
simple at the end of the match, even if Moxley would win, hold the title and a good handshake, at the end.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Actually,
Perfect.
That's what we
Perfect.
were talking about. Ironic. I think,
And they even raised his hand up to the crowd, acknowledging we did it. Forbidden Door. We worked together and we put on a good show. I agree with you there.
Yeah, I think that's what exactly we talked about. It was just simple them raising each other's hands or something like that. Like, and just because, like, let's be honest, they're probably never going to wrestle again. So just shake each other's hand out of respect, and then, or they could have pulled the Taker and Shawn and just like help each other out of the ring or something like that.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Personally, let me ask you guys the question. Do you think I think they're gonna do another Forbidden Door, but wouldn't be surprised if they tell me it's not gonna happen. It wouldn't surprise me. I think there will be. What's your thoughts? I don't think I'm having a feeling. I'm like 70% they're not gonna do it, and the 30% they might do another Forbidden.
They probably will, because Tony Khan was bragging about the stats, so they probably will if that's true. I mean, and money speaks.
that boy
so.
Tony.
Yeah, little boy Tony wants his paycheck. So yeah.
I would love for there to be another Forbidden Door, and for it to be in Japan.
See, that's what I was saying. A home and home. We have one on the United States soil. Now let's have one and give that performance to the Japanese crowd, who they really are a great wrestling crowd from what I hear. They support it, and I personally will tune in just to see the other side of the world, how they view wrestling, how they, with the clapping, the etiquettes that they have as fan base. I would like to see that.
They're a lot more like this. They sit, even if moves happen. That's why it's so silent. You can hear the ha and the who, and then they'll clap if they see something they really like. They'll be like, and then back to like this. Yeah.
That'd be great to see that.
Yeah, they're not like here in America where like, yeah, let's go. You do this in my life. No, over there they're a lot more respectful and they're a lot more just.
They're not like AEW marks.
Yeah, they watch.
This is awesome. There he is.
Yeah.
Stop boy Tony.
Let me ask you this: what you thought about Daniel Bryan's replacement? Give us who was it? Who?
Oh, it was Cesaro doing the same old stuff that he did in WWE. He does the uppercut. He does the big swing. He does the uppercut in the corner. It's Cesaro 2.0. Only now he's called Claudio. Claudio Castagnoli. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Sing one more time.
And go eat a cannoli.
He's also Switzerland.
Definitely in Switzerland.
Yeah, he's also
well,
Switzerland.
It does it as long as you can shove it in his mouth. It's
Whoa.
Hey, I didn't say where they put. I didn't say where they put their finger last time. You was at the doctor, so.
So is the next paper? Is the next one going to be called the front door pay per view? We have the back door pay per view.
The front door.
All right. Well,
let me ask you this. I got a point. I got a point. I wanted to make a point. I saw a lot of people they were excited to see Claudio Casanova, Castagnoli or whatever the hell you want to call him.
Castagnoli.
Whatever, doesn't matter what your name is. He comes out. He comes out. The crowd, they get excited. They get some people wet their pants. Some people get excited. They get that excitement. And I always wanted to ask you the question. And I know this is a little bit off topic, but I'm going to make a point. I just want to know a yes or no. I just need yes or no. That's all.
Okay.
No explanation.
I know it's like a proposal.
That's a point. Okay. Now, heel, obviously you watched WWE, and you saw when Roman Reigns beat Riddle a couple weeks ago when he says when he cut the promo, there's Chip and Chris Advisor. There's no one else. I'm done. I beat everyone here. There's no Grand Champion. Who else is left? Now, when Brock Lesnar's music hit, in your mind, do you actually think that that Brock Lesnar could beat Roman Reigns?
Yeah, you already asked me this question.
Okay, but we never did it on camera, so don't be afraid.
I know. The Brock one, I said yes to, and I'm sticking to it.
Now, I'm gonna ask the same thing to Adam. Adam, the question there: when you see Brock Lesnar's music hit and comes out to challenge the Roman Reigns, do you, in your mind, think that he actually has a chance to beat Roman Reigns? Adam?
Sorry about that. Yeah. I think he did. I think he did have a chance. Yeah.
You said I was a prick. At least I answered on time.
Now, if you were to hear Cesaro's music come out, and he was the one that's going to challenge Roman Reigns, do you think he's Adam? Do you think he has a chance to beat Roman Reigns and take the unified titles away from him?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So why are people going nuts and saying the WWE couldn't book Cesaro? Great day. Terrible booking. This McMahon buried him. He's going to do phenomenal in AEW. When we just asked, and no way in hell that we're going to see Cesaro at in his height beat Roman Reigns to take the unified title. No way. So he's a mid-carder. My point is, he is a great mid-carder. Why are they get excited? And of course, all it does, it feeds the MJF's stereotype. Oh, they're gonna get over it. They're not gonna get over it. And to my point is, such a hype for Cesaro. I don't get it.
But you know why? I can tell you why, Kev. You want to know why?
I want to know why.
I can. All right. Because he does the uppercut, and he still does the giant swing. It's all the stuff you love that he did in WWE. He's Claudio, only now he's not Cesaro. He was Cesaro, now he's Claudio, but he does the same old shit. Claudio Castagnoli, you suck.
Man, he's turning into. Wait a minute, it's a daily segment.
Hey, he's also.
If Claudio sucks, Keith Lee, you still suck. I want to make sure I mention that there.
He's just American.
Let me ask you this, Adam. Do you think it's because he wears a really good perfume that smells good? Because we saw Tony Khan. Oh my God! Look at that passion! Look at that passion!
Look at
there.
Man. Oh man. That's the way Kev hugs the tomahawk steaks when he sees them in the supermarket. He picks up the tomahawk steaks and he hugs them just like that.
I hope Tony Khan's not married. His wife would be jealous.
Actually, Vince Russo
Oh, yeah.
said that. You don't hear what Vince Russo's comments is? He goes, Tony Khan hugs people the ways that he would never hug his wife.
Oh.
Man.
Yeah, and man, but hey, he's passionate. He likes it. He's happy with that. But there's also a guy by the name of Adam that's going to be moving to my city, and when I see him, I'm going to do the Tony Khan too.
And you know what's great is Claudio doesn't even look that happy about it either. Like he
No.
doesn't even look like.
It's like, dude, your hair stinks. He has that. It look like he hasn't washed his hair in a couple days. Look at that.
He's like,
face.
dude, I'm just here for the paycheck. Like, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man. All right.
man. But all in all,
What do
I
you
really
say we move on to Dynamite?
yeah. Let's go for it.
All right, no, go ahead, Kev. You finish.
No, I'm good. I'm saying let's go for it. Let's go to what we came to review. Blood and Guts. The name is very intriguing. It's another name for War Games, but all in all, it was good.
Right. So this is AEW's first time ever in Detroit, Michigan, and boy, the crowd was electric. That's all I'll say. I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that. The crowd was electric.
It's electric.
And they pretty much popped for almost every match that Excalibur announced when Excalibur was running down the card. Rather, it wasn't running down the crowd. He wasn't in his car, literally running over audience members. So we see almost from the very beginning that there are 2 rings, not 7 rings. And see what I did there?
I did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ariana Grande reference.
Yeah, shout out to Ariana. And we start the Blood and Guts card with Orange Cassidy versus Ethan Page. What did you guys think of this match?
Now, when I saw that match, I said both of these guys, man, it's tough to see both. Do you really want both of these guys to lose? You know, neither one could afford a loss here. Especially one coming off the Atlantic title, and Orange Cassidy, who was totally over. I personally think was match of the night in the Forbidden Door, and Orange Cassidy so underrated. I know people were poo-pooing when he was announced with Will Ospreay. I wasn't, because I noticed that what Orange Cassidy has done in the Indies and stuff. I watched some of his matches on YouTube, and I know he's a really good performer. Do you care? Some people don't care about that gimmick. Oh, they don't like the gimmick. But remember, AEW doesn't really market too many kids. And one thing you do see when you do see cosplay or when you do see the conventions, little kids dress up like Orange Cassidy, either with the sunglasses, with the look, and the little bit of wrestlers that they actually appeal to a younger audience, which is not much. Cassidy is one of them. And that's why I think he's over. And personally, I enjoy the match. I think he's a really good, underrated in-ring performer. And even the whole match, I was like, it was good. To me, I thought it was match of the night. Just started off, I'm like, wow, they gave us something really good in the beginning. And Heel, what's your thought on that?
I mean, I can be honest with you. I wasn't the biggest Orange Cassidy fan when I first saw him. But then, because his gimmick definitely takes some time to understand and get used to. But once you do, he's definitely he's easy to get used to. Because his gimmick is definitely the guy that's like relaxed. He's almost like a Pokemon version of Riddle. Like a Pokemon evolution form or something like that. I don't know. But like,
why not Digimon?
Oh, he can be a Digimon too. Yeah. But once you understand his gimmick, you just have a lot of fun watching his matches, and he's a very easy character to get into, and I like him now. Like, I don't know how you can't. Like, he's one of the rare talents on AEW that's so easy to get into, so easy to like. You basically want this guy to get a title, but since he doesn't really use his hands that often, it's like he's not going to hold it like that. But yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I mean, again, another AEW original guy that, again, really deserves a lot of credit. Does he deserve as a big as push as other guys? Probably not, but in the future maybe. But yeah, a guy that I don't know how you can hate, unless it's your first time watching maybe. But yeah, I love the match these two put on, and Orange Cassidy's a guy that worked with almost anyone because he's so entertaining.
He's putting his name in that category of give me a push.
Yeah, but he's on his way to there at least.
Well, too bad. Well, if he goes to WWE,
that was Tony Khan saying.
Oh, Tony Khan might be listening to this. Don't tell him. Don't tell him to give Orange Cassidy a push. He definitely won't give Orange Cassidy a push.
Yeah.
No, but I have to agree though. I think that Orange Cassidy should go to WWE first and then come to AEW so he can get the push.
Same with Wardlow, MJF, all those guys.
Yeah, MJF, everyone. Jungle Boy. Just go to, if you want to push in AEW, you have to go to WWE first. And you have to get that hug. You have to get that Tony Khan hug. That's when you know that you are there. I love that picture.
You know what? I figured out his.
You can never put that up enough times.
I figured out that cologne he's wearing. It's a WWE perfume. I'm sorry, cologne. It's that WWE cologne.
That must be it.
Yeah.
It's called MDA by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Oh, oof. Ow. But no, I have to agree. It was a pretty fun match. My only complaint was the way that Orange Cassidy won was with a body slam. I mean, I've seen some stupid finishers like the People's Elbow, the Stink Face, the Bronco Buster. I can just run down stupid finisher after stupid finisher.
Rikishi?
Oh yeah, great man. Yeah, but a body slam. I mean, I guess it fits his character of like not doing much or whatever.
Yeah, it does.
It fits his character, but a body slam. That's your finisher. That's my only complaint about this match.
Well, would you rather it be BJ White's finisher on Adam Cole, where it's like toss you over and pin you?
Don't even. Oh man, you know what? I could take a whole hour talking about how that match was. Anyway, so next we have Tony Schiavone on the ramp, and he introduces Christian Cage. And what is Christian Cage wearing? He's wearing his heel black turtleneck. His heel black turtleneck. You can tell I'm a heel because I'm wearing my heel black turtleneck. I thought this was another amazing promo. And he says that he has a match, but not for him. Luchasaurus comes out through Hellfire and Brimstone. It's Luchasaurus. And yeah, I mean, I guess it was kind of a little bit of the same old stuff that he was doing last week. But this time he said that he wishes that everyone in Jungle Boy's family was dead, except his mom. And aren't you wow wow? Forbidden Door 2, starring Christian Cage and Jungle Boy's mom. Jungle Mom. and it's just a picture of a door, and it says Forbidden Door, and there's a black turtleneck hanging on the doorknob. It says "Do not disturb." So again, I thought this was another amazing promo. The only thing was Luchasaurus comes out, he squashes some jobber. Was it just me, or was there like almost no build to this Luchasaurus turn? Go ahead, Heel.
Okay. Yeah, there was absolutely no build to this because last week, it was like Luchasaurus, basically like joined me, besides choking me. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay. So me and you, I remember, because we did a review, obviously, or was it me and Kip, someone like that. And then we're like, oh, they're probably gonna build up to this. I don't know what happened that week. Maybe Christian bought him some nice Taco Bell or something like that, and he just had him talk with them. But yeah, they actually like rushed the F out of this. Luchasaurus all of a sudden is like completely on board with it. So I don't know. Maybe Jungle Boy like gave him the wrong DoorDash. I don't know. It's like because like Luchasaurus all of a sudden it's like, you know
He
what,
wanted
Christian?
DoorDash and he got Uber Eats.
Yeah, you know what,
Okay.
Christian? You're right. I'm with you, bro. F everything, Jungle Boy. It's besides his mom. I'm with you, man. We're against everything, Jungle Boy. About to wow.
Well, what do you think, Heel? Did you feel? Sorry, not Heel, Kev. Sorry about that. Did you feel like this was rushed, or do you think that they did an okay job with this?
No, they're obviously they're gonna tell us a story here. As much as we complain that they don't tell us a story, they don't elaborate. I think they will with the coming time. Remember, Jungle Boy's injured now. He suffered an injury. He's out. Now it's gonna lead us seeing Christian working with Luchasaurus. What was said in his ear? What is he mentoring? What is he saying? And all it is going to lead to a buildup when, if and when Jungle Boy returns healthy. What was said is it's just Luchasaurus playing Christian here, and will they unite? Or it keeps us curious. It keeps us engaged on Jungle Boy, even despite he's injured, because what is Christian have over Luchasaurus? And I think they're telling a story, and they're doing it. To me personally, I like it. You know, I know everyone. You know, we don't need everything laid out in the immediate moment for us to really get invested. This is long-term booking, and I kind of appreciate it personally. I want to see how it marries out. Now, could it take a turn for the worst? Yes. It could be corny. It could be that they'll never even talk about it, and we're like, what the hell ever happened? Why did Luchasaurus? What was said in his ear? And maybe nothing said there. Maybe, you know, he said, the Forbidden Door got me. So I got some good wood from the Forbidden Door. I don't know. So we'll never know.
Yeah, but you couldn't at least wait and probably build up to a match with Jungle Boy and then have it be where it's like Luchasaurus like hesitating to hit Jungle Boy and stuff like that. Like, you know, play with the storyline a little bit before, like at least give us a good story leading up to him instead of like him being like, you know what, I'm healed now. Yeah.
But
he's injured. I know he's injured, but you could have.
They could have built it.
They could at least build it up where Christian at least cuts a promo in the ring, and then he's like, "Here's why you need to trust me. Here's why you need to believe in what I say and why I'm against Jungle Boy," because you know he could have said something as simply as, "You know what? Here's why I turned on Jungle Boy. Here's why I didn't turn on you because I believe in you a lot more. You're the future of this company. You're the one I believed in," and stuff like that.
He kind of did that when he came in the ring and he said, "Remember, I forget the guy's name. Remember so and so," and then he whispered in his ear. That's what captivated us. You know, he didn't say it to Marco. He said, "Remember what happened to Marco." You know, maybe there's a history that maybe we don't know that maybe it's explained later down the road. Jungle Boy was the reason why Marco is no longer with the Jurassic Express. Maybe that's what it is leading, and it's going to lead. Let it marinate before we give it that.
I guess so, but like it's really off-putting to a lot of fans when the wrestler just comes off like, "I changed. I'm a different person all of a sudden." You know what I mean? It's like talking to your uncle that like that one bad uncle, and he just says he's good now just because he just wants to like I don't know be part of the family reunion or something like that. It's like, guess what? I'm a changed person now. I'm different. It's like, wait, what? How are you different?
Well, that's why that's why it intrigues us, because us as a fan base want to know why you're different. What made you change? What made you different?
And they didn't even really tease us with it, really. I mean,
now would you be surprised that Luchasaurus is playing bait and switch on Christian? You wouldn't be surprised, and maybe that's why.
But wouldn't you want to put of course our main thing here is marinate, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you want wouldn't you want more to marinate on? Like,
yes.
For example, Christian to basically cut a promo or something like that, and then Luchasaurus be like, "I don't know, man. I can't tell if you're wrestling with my brain. I can't tell if you're telling me the truth. I don't know what's happening here." Yeah,
especially with Jungle Boy being out, they have a chance to build it. They have a chance to build it, and they didn't.
Yeah, he's like, and he's like, I don't know who to believe, man. I was like, he's like, for right now, I'm just gonna follow you, because because like I don't have a choice, man. Because like my best friend's out. There's so much more they could have done with this. Like I get what you're saying.
I thought they did by him walking out with him. I
They
thought I
did-
don't know.
they-
I
they-
maybe I
they-
see it
they-
different.
They did one thing with them, and that's not enough. Like literally 1 week, all of a sudden you're healed.
Okay,
Okay.
I have an open mind to it, but I don't really think. I personally don't.
I hope they do. I hope they have a good reason besides like what like to fans like us, like the hardcore fans. It's like what did he turn heel because him and Christian went to Chick-fil-A? They got him the wrong nuggets. Like what's the excuse here? There's no full excuse for him to turn heel.
I understand what you mean, but as a person who
Yeah.
watches WWE and know about those heel turns and those storylines, I got it. He was told about remember that young man that again I escaped my name, and he said something. Remember him? Remember what happened to him? And he told him something in his ear, and he turned.
Right.
I thought he got it. I thought he enough said, but I understand for the hardcores they wanted an explanation. I get it. I get it. I have an open mind with that, but I personally got the feud. I didn't think they didn't need to elaborate more to me, but we'll see. We'll wait for Adam to return in a moment as Tony Khan decides to mess with his internet again.
Yeah, Tony Khan is like, how dare you question my storyline? You're out. You're booted.
Yeah. You know what Adam just did to us right now, right?
What? Yep.
Oh my God. Hey, a ripoff is there. Let's see. Let's wait for Adam to come back in. Adam is having a little bit of technical difficulties out and about. The host of the program this evening. But all in all, with Luchasaurus, we'll see. Let me ask you: did you like his introduction?
Yeah. I think the whole thing, as far as like just design and all that, I think it's gonna go well. Like I'm not saying like Luchasaurus is gonna be a flop as a heel or anything like that, but overall, I like I said, the theme of the show is marinate. We all just wanted more to marinate on, build up the tension, so to speak.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. The fact that he came out with the dark mask, a little Kane-ish type of music. One thing I am going to criticize about this match, I wish he would have just ended him with a choke slam and a pin instead of a submission, especially with what was coming up tonight, was blood and guts. You're going to get a submission with the cage, and I would have liked myself to see a clean pin, in my opinion. But all in all, I thought that Luchasaurus, the promo with Christian right now is taking the main spot of the most over heel, getting the most heat. Now that there is no MJF in the company, I think personally, and I wanted to ask you, I think MJF is gone, bro. I don't care what you tell me with this.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he might as well get the WWE contract, up and ready.
Not only that, that they're working relationships there. Let's see if, but I don't, I think personally, I'm gonna say I think MJF gets released by AEW. If and only when a certain WWE superstar gets released, so she could sign with AEW, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And I think that they're gonna hold him back to his contract. Let's wait for Adam. Adam.
Yeah, like I mean, that's what I don't get by AEW. I mean, like, if you're not gonna book this guy, because it's already been like a month.
Yeah,
and
he lost all his heat. He lost all his heat.
Yeah, he did. Like, even if he comes on, even if he comes back, like, what are you gonna do with him? Everyone's basically taken and busy doing something. I mean, like, why not just like release the guy? You're not doing anything with him. You don't want to do anything with him.
Just let him go. Let him go.
Yeah.
Good luck, Adore. And if he flops in WWE, don't sign him back. Let him go to the Indies and eat crap, like they say. Adam is back with us.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I think my internet has finally finished turning heel on me, and I am back. What are we up to, boys?
Well, I was gonna say if your internet was a person, it'll look like this.
Yeah, pretty much. But one last thing, if you guys don't mind, one last thing I wanted to say about the Christian thing was, and I think I kind of already said it, was with the time they have time now with Jungle Boy being out.
So I agree with what he was saying that they could have done several promos over at least the next 3 or 4 weeks where Christian tries to lure Luchasaurus in, and we actually see him like trying to get him to join him by giving him different things, by trying to get him on his side, and they didn't do that. They didn't do that, and now through Hellfire and Brimstone, it's Luchasaurus, and he's just with Christian now, and I would love to find out that Luchasaurus is just playing Christian, and that the whole thing is a ruse, kind of like with MJF and Cody. But I don't know. I mean, it was just rushed, in my opinion. Just rushed,
Yeah,
rushed,
and
rushed.
And I hate to be more negative, but AEW has missed out on so many opportunities to tell really great stories that could have put them, I would dare say, more entertaining than WWE at this point. Because think about what could have happened in this span right now. The MJF storyline could have led to a bigger story, even with Tony Khan. Right now, the Christian turning on Jungle Boy, even if he's injured, could turn to the great story. New Japan arriving. I mean, there's a lot of things that could have made them even more entertaining than WWE right now, but they never capitalize. You know what I mean? Basically, like to put it in baseball terms, there's really times where they have the bases loaded and they just never get that hit.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
So did you guys move on at all? Did you guys move on to
No,
we're
Sky
waiting
backstage?
on you.
we're waiting on you, my friend.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. And sorry to our listeners. I'm back now. So we have Wardlow and Scorpio Sky backstage, face to face. And Wardlow says, "Give me every member of America's top team, and I'm going to treat them like security guards." Apparently, we're getting a street fight for the TNT Championship. Why the TNT Championship? I don't know. Between Wardlow and Scorpio. Do you guys have anything on this?
Go ahead, Kev.
The street fight, it looks like his boy. Title range for Scorpio Sky was short, maybe sweet. I hope that Warlord gets over if he does win this title. I hope that this is not where I hope we were just talking about MJF. I hope they don't bring MJF here to make Warlord lose his title defense and try to reintroduce him here because you're being redundant. We already been there, done that. Move on from that. I hope not. I hope Warlord, and if Warlord wins, if he's not going to get over, he's going to he's going to get beat up by the MMA. American top team got some heavy hitters there. So I'm kind of intrigued on that for next week. I actually kind of want to see, because I think they got something with Warlord, but I don't trust AEW booking creative to tell a story that we're going to get wow. And I'm a little bit afraid, but I'm interested at the same time.
I do too. And sorry, Hill, I'm going to move on to you and get your thoughts on this. But real quick, I just want to say I have a theory about MJF I want to put out there. And that is the reason he was taken off TV is because he could be brought back and repackaged as a babyface.
But he don't want to do that, though.
Yeah, because he's already a babyface. Why would you repackage him? You can bring him back already. He's already a babyface. He's sympathetic already.
Not repackage him like he'll be not repackage him in the sense like he'll be a different character. I don't mean like that, but I mean bring him back as a babyface because of how much he was getting cheered when he came out to cut that pipe bomb promo. He was getting cheered. He was getting some cheers. So I think that Tony Khan, as dumb as he can be sometimes,
but like me and Kev said though, even if he came back, who is he going to feud with?
That I don't know. That I haven't figured that one out yet. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Wardlow and Scorpio Sky next week on Dynamite?
Honestly, I'm just gonna keep it plain and simple. Wardlow should win. He deserves this. Like, stop just dancing around the truth and just give Wardlow what he deserves. Wardlow got over. I don't care how you put it. Rather you want to say MJF helped him or not, because doesn't matter. Point is, Wardlow got majorly over. You literally have delayed his push for so long. You just been having him do really weird segments and really weird matches. Just give the guy what he deserves finally, and put a title on him, and actually give him the push he finally deserves.
What is the TNT title? I mean, it's a
At
title.
at least I know we're settling, but at least it's a start. You know what I mean?
It's
And
a
you know,
start, but
and he's got to start somewhere. I get it. I get you know, because I don't want any AEW fan to get mad and be like, oh, you know, because I have said before, you know what? Not everyone needs to win the world title. Not everyone needs to
Right.
start, you know, by always getting the big push. Why winning the world title? You know, the world title is just, you know, it's there, right?
well, my thing is
And
like the
and
TNT
and
title has been so like it's been so hot potato recently between Scorpio and Sammy, and back to Scorpio and back to Sammy. Like, does the TNT title even have meaning anymore?
I get that, but still, Wardlow can probably be that person to put meaning behind it. Because, like I was
Okay.
talking with Kev, was it last week or whatever it was? I was like, sometimes that there are wrestlers that surpass the title. In this case, the title being poured on Wardlow, which right now Wardlow is more, he's more over than the title itself. Maybe he can help that title, especially if he plays it smart. And so yeah, that's probably what the TNT title needs right now. So
Okay.
and if they book it really smart, Wardlow can get that title over by $1 million. Because right now, let's be honest, AEW really doesn't have a title that's really that over. Like we're just watching title matches because we really want our favorites to get that push. Like, for example, it's not like if Cena
we're rooting for wrestlers.
Yeah, it's not like if Cena were to face, I don't know, Roman Reigns, and then we're to be like, oh no, shit, you know, if Roman retains, he goes on, and if Cena wins, you know, he breaks Flair's record. Even though I know a lot of, you know, fans would be like, well, Flair's got more, but that's not the point. You know, it's not like a story you're gonna really be invested in. Like, you got to really focus on getting these titles over because they're not really over.
We're not really
like
matches.
Yeah. It's not. These titles are not over like they once were. At one point, the TNT title, if I'm not mistaken, was so over. Granted, it came at a really sad time with Brody Lee passing away, but it was so over to the point where
Yes. Oh yeah, that's when it was
so
most over.
to the point
Absolutely.
where you were like, "There's no way you can mess this up," and they found a way. Yeah.
Well, they found a way by having it go Sammy, Sammy to Scorpio, back to Sammy, and Scorpio, slam dunk. You know, and it's like, why are they doing this to the TNT title? I know Kev. I don't know Kev that won't really get this reference, but it's kind of like New Japan did with the never openweight title. It was Goto, and then another guy, and then back to Goto, and it's kind of become like a glorified never openweight title. Sorry, Kev. Yeah, I mean, I like that it's going to be a street fight. Hey, by the way, you know what really would have gotten the title over? Speaking of getting titles over, I think what really would have got the title over, the AEW title, was if Hangman beat Punk. That definitely would have got the title over.
I don't know, because at the time, and I will always stick to this, at the time it was a lose-lose situation. It just so happened to be that with Punk, it got a lot worse. Because, and Adam, even you remember, even you weren't totally with Hangman retaining, and that's just a fact. His title reign was really lackluster. CM Punk, again, was a WWE guy that just was more like,
I wouldn't say.
Win it. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I was ever against it.
No, you weren't against it.
I wasn't against him. I was against Punk winning. That's what I was against.
Yeah, I'm just saying you weren't
strongly
100% with it.
Against Punk winning.
Yeah, I'm just saying you weren't.
No,
totally
I wasn't 100% with the Hangman title.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is, if Hangman went over Punk, it would have made the title mean something.
It depends what they do with him. Like I said, even then.
Sorry, guys.
No, I remember I mentioned that. You know, I didn't like CM Punk.
Sorry, Kev.
I told you I didn't like CM Punk. I said he remember stupid music will come out, and I wasn't in favor of CM Punk retaining the
His
title.
stupid music.
Yeah, you know me. I don't like CM Punk. You know, I said, and I still watch it. You know, the other day, was it 2 days ago? I was watching him getting his ass kicked in the UFC, and I enjoyed it, and I keep enjoying it. So, you know, I'm not a fan of CM Punk. I hope Moxley. I hope Moxley continue. You know, Moxley as interim champion. I hope it sticks, because I think the crowd is getting to get over with him. Because remember, when he was title champion, there was no crowd, there was no fans, and to see the fans would see him with the interim belt go through the crowd. You know what? It might change. It might not be a foregone conclusion that they might get Punk back his title there. I hope they don't split it, and I hope they don't do a split, because title, you know, two champions. But Moxley looks good so far, you know, holding it. The visual, the aesthetics. I don't know. It'd be interesting going forward.
And you know, that's a good point. The first time, I always say, well, Moxley's first AEW title run was boring, but that's a good point, that he didn't really get the chance that he deserved, because, like you said, it was during the COVID era. So maybe they're gonna kind of make up for that by giving him a legit title run. I don't know, but we will see. Moving on, though, unless you guys have anything else on that.
No. All I gotta say,
we got a little bit
is WWE guys are gonna always roll over the originals. That's just how it is. That's just how it is.
All right. So next up, we have Max Caster and the Ass Boys taking on Danhausen and what's this? FTR? Why? I have to admit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why?
All I gotta
have
say,
to admit, I was not really. I was not really into this match because of something else. But you go ahead first, Kev, and then I'll tell you what was distracting me during this match.
All I gotta say was one thing when I came out, said "Sesame Daddy." You know, other than that, Danhausen, you know, and going. He's a Detroit native. I understand they threw him a bone. The crowd loved it, you know. And all I can see when I see FTR, you know, I saw that they threw shade about 3 years ago I was getting my back shaved. You know, I was shaving my partner's back and so forth. And FDR, you're not the Usos trying to carry all these multiple tag titles. You are great technical wrestlers. Right. The FDR, both, they are really good. But what I see FDR, and that's why they love and they idol Bret the Hitman Hart. Because just like Bret the Hitman Hart, FTR, they're boring. They have no charisma to me. They're great wrestlers. They're technically sound. Phenomenal. Their matches are great in-ring technician, but with the other charisma and microphone skills and look, they're boring. One guy looks like he belongs in the Blue Oyster from Police Academy. The other one, you know, they're boring. But do they deserve the titles? Yes, because they could wrestle. But all outside of that,
You know what it is, Kev? I think that they're a style.
He was boring. He was boring. I saw him from WrestleMania 1 when he won the Battle Royal. When they finally turned the reins to the WWE, he was a boring champion. The best there is, yes, in the ring, but his promos suck. He was terrible. Remember, they needed Jim DeAmbu's Neidhart.
His promos suck, yeah.
He was boring.
He wasn't the best on the mic, but I'm gonna disagree with you in terms of having charisma and all that.
Oh no, he was boring. The only great thing about him that I like that he used to give his sunglasses to a kid in the front row, but other than that, And
I think
go ahead, Adam.
FTR, it's another. It's all right. It's a style. AEW is kind of like a cafeteria where you come over here and you get the hash browns, and you come over here and you get the sausage and eggs, and you come over here and you get the pancakes. And no, that was not a New Day reference, pancakes. But it's kind of like a cafeteria where you get a little bit of it's kind of like a cafeteria in the sense that you get a little bit of everything. And FTR is the pure wrestling. You have the silliness of Danhausen, and you have
they're the brand muffins.
but I think it's good that AEW is giving us this variety. That's what Dynamite is. It's a variety show. So I like that there's this variety. And yeah, FTR might be boring, but some people really like that old school wrestling stuff. I personally do. Like, that's why I love guys like Zack Sabre Jr. And I love guys like Jonathan Gresham in Ring of Honor, because those guys to me are pure wrestling. And I really enjoy NWA Power, which has a lot of, like that pure wrestling on it. So I personally like FTR. I don't.
Sorry to interrupt, but when you say pure wrestling, I picture guys like Kurt Angle, guys that do technical wrestling and stuff like that. I don't picture guys that do flips and kicks and all that. So I'm gonna disagree with you on that, dude. I'm sorry, that's not pure wrestling to me.
FTR.
Will Ospreay going.
Well, remember when FTR was, what were they called in WWE?
Revivals.
Please remind me.
The Revival.
Yeah. When they were called the Revival, do you remember their T-shirt said "No flips, just fists," and that's what they are. And yeah, maybe they're a little bit more not flamboyant, but a little bit more charismatic in NXT in AEW than they were in NXT, and maybe they do a little bit more, but that's because they have the freedom to do that stuff. But
I thought they were more. I thought they were more compelling in NXT. To be honest with you, they were more compelling. Okay. They had more charisma in NXT than in AEW. And they always needed a mouthpiece. When they first came in here, remember, and FTR, who was the facet that they came in with was with the Pinnacle. Who was the greatest mouthpiece in AEW? It was MJF. Now they're part of, I believe they were part of the Undisputed Era, right? With Adam Cole.
No, FTR is not part of Undisputed. They're thinking of Kyle O'Reilly. You're thinking of Red Dragon. Yeah, you're thinking
of the Red Dragons.
Red Dragon.
I confuse them.
Yeah, I know.
I confuse them.
Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
But my point is, they need a mouthpiece. They're great. Don't get me wrong. They're a great tag team. They're gonna probably go down as one of the top 5 tag team. But what's gonna help them from being one of the greatest is, can you remember a promo that they cut that you're gonna say, man, that FTR really all right, Rizzo.
Oh no, but they're not promo guys though. They're not promo guys. They're wrestling guys.
Right. But that's part of the wrestling stick. If I'm turning the TV, or if I got my wife and we're watching them, and they just guys that wrestle. No, they can wrestle, but when they hear them, and like, who are they? And not that promo to say, where are this and that. Like, oh, I remember this guy. I remember this guy who said that he was the best of. Granted, at least Bret Hart gave you the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and that stuck in your head. That was one of the greatest promos he could cut. But other than that, and I feel like that's what's just missing in FTR from being super great. And I think they just missed that. And I know they're just wrestlers, but make your name known. That made us know. Say something. Talk so we can remember that name FTR over and over. FTR. Something that you spoke.
Maybe they need.
Yeah, go ahead. Adam.
Maybe they needed Paul Heyman, or a Paul Heyman type.
Yes, they
not
need a
saying
manager.
Paul Heyman himself, but a Paul Heyman type of guy. Yeah, I agree.
So obviously, they're not getting.
Why don't they let Paul Spears?
No, but you know who they
Paul
but
what about?
They have someone in there. They have someone in there. Get rid of Jay Cargill, staff with Hogley, and get to the FTR. Be their mouthpiece, because I think you could get these guys to a really good place, a far place, in my opinion.
That could work too, or Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert would also work.
Yes, that's true. That too. But Dan Lambert gets to be a little corny at times.
Yeah, he can. But I like Dan Lambert. So this is why I was distracted and why I was not really paying attention to this match. They advertised a upcoming show in Minneapolis, and the show is called Quake by the Lake.
Quake by
Quake?
the ocean. Quake by the ocean. All right.
And I was thinking to myself, Quake by the Lake, that's the best they can do for a name of a show. So I came up with a bunch of other nautical water themed shows. And if you don't mind, I'd like to run them by you right now.
All right.
Right? The first one is AEW Motion by the Ocean. Then we have AEW Quiver
Motion
by
by
the River. AEW Quiver by the River. Then we have AEW Move Me by the Sea. I don't like that one so much. Then we have AEW Making Way by the Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, you like? All right, that one got a pop from heel. And then we have AEW Got Here Soon by the Lagoon.
The Blue Lagoon. What are we? The 1980s.
This is one of my favorites. The Strong Bond by the Pond.
No.
The
Okay.
AEW Scream at the Stream.
Oh,
And-
that's out of the kitchen.
Themed one. And my personal favorite, AEW Tony Khan has no clue where the Atlantic Ocean is.
That was a good one. Or AEW Liquid and Enema.
Tony Khan and FTR won, by the way. Then we get a Jay and Sanjay promo backstage. Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt promo backstage, where they say Death Before Dishonor is going to be next month, I believe they said it is. And yeah, we're finally going to get Jay Lethal versus Sanjay Dutt for the most unimportant AEW Ring of Honor Television Championship. Probably the most unimportant title.
Why
The
can't
least
Jay
promoted
Lethal get a
title.
push? What is wrong with Jay Lethal? What is wrong with Jay Lethal? Oh my god.
I mean, well, he's kind of up there in age, but
So Ring of Honor is going to have a pay-per-view program. Finally, finally see if Tony Khan. Wow, he's going to be working overtime.
yes, Death Before Dishonor.
Wow, that's going to be interesting to see who he has booked there, who's actually left in the Ring of Honor. It's going to be full of AEW talent, that gets a dark elevation that doesn't get a lot of exposure in there. It'll be interesting to see. I'm looking forward. You bought that company, now do something with it. If you're not going to,
Yeah.
Me personally, Adam, I think, but it's not going to happen. No way, no how. Especially if they're trying to lower a specific free agent or supposedly disgruntled the ex-WWE, or which is not an ex-WWE but a disgruntled WWE wrestler that they're keeping an eye on. They should do an all-women's pay-per-view AEW, because they have enough talent, man. They got they have enough talent. They have enough qualified ladies there, and they don't have to give us a cluster moose knuckle of a bunch of women just go and fight all 8 at the same time. You could give us some good one-on-one or maybe tag team matches. You don't have to cramp all of them at the same time. You could give us some good matches, man. They got good ladies, especially the pop that we have with Chris Statlander and Athena, Anna Jay, Britt Baker. My God, Ruby Soho. Look at the names there. They have quality lady. And I'm Jamie Hayter. Who's not going to want to see Jamie Hayter in a match? You could be like, it's going to draw eyeballs. I'm thinking they're missing an essence here on all ladies pay-per-view. You could probably even Nyla Rose could be there. Even though she don't belong there, but Vicky Guerrero, and so forth. I could say on and on. They have enough substance for a good 2-hour program of ladies matches. And really entertaining, and I wish they would just separate that and leave a night. At least, give us one pay-per-view with the women. Maybe the hardcores might not want that, but you want to build a new audience. You want another audience. You want to appease it. If there really are rumors which I don't think she's going to leave WWE, but if Sasha Banks, and Naomi, they're really after them, appease to these women. hey, we could put on a show for you ladies. Come here, and we not the 9:30 slot every night on Dynamite, and here's 10 minutes, and make it, and cut her and go cut it. Even Serena Deep or her catcher mid-self could be on a match there.
Absolutely.
And then you could really get something going on. But it's just me a thought that I had. I would like that along with the Ring of Honor. Maybe Tony Khan does need to hire another writer that he could trust. And the thing is, this wrestling business is so backstabby and leakage that I don't think he trusts anyone to help him and delegate. And man, maybe that's going to be a downfall for AEW, in my opinion. Hopefully not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he brings someone creative and have a group of guys to help him and maybe help him and say, you know what, I want you to do the women. Maybe Dustin Rhodes. Let Dustin Rhodes do the women card. Let him book it. Let him write. Let him be creative. This is going to be your baby, and let's go with it. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, that could be a good idea. I wouldn't mind also if they sent a bunch of guys. I think we talked about this before, that they're not doing anything with in AEW right now. Guys like Adam Cole to Ring of Honor, especially guys that have been in Ring of Honor before. Guys, well, they already did with Samoa Joe, but other guys like maybe the Young Bucks, who are the AEW Tag Champs right now, but they could send the Bucks down to Ring of Honor. They could send Adam Cole to Ring of Honor. They could send a bunch of people down to Ring of Honor, and maybe have a. By the way, there used to be something in Ring of Honor called Women of Honor. It was a Women of Honor Championship, and I don't know what happened with that. I don't know what's happening with that, but I wouldn't mind seeing that come back either.
Yeah, and by the way, Adam Cole is doing something. He's the most important commentator right now in wrestling history.
Well, we're getting to that. There might be another person, but we're going to get to him in a minute.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on delay, Kev, so I also got the game on, but I just saw what happened. Are we up for another roller coaster ride?
Speaking of...
go ahead, Adam.
Speaking of important announcers, it is now time for your main event of the evening. It's time for War Games. Oh, sorry. I mean, Blood and Guts. JR comes out. Oh, sorry. First we have a Bucks promo, and then JR comes out. And, man, could JR have taken any more time coming out? It felt like this was like the length of an entire MJF promo.
If Undertaker was watching this, he was like, man, people say I'm slow.
So JR comes out to the ring, comes out to the announce booth rather, doesn't come out to the ring, and we got a shut up JR like maybe a minute after he came out, because they were talking about the Little Caesars Arena, which is where they are in Detroit, and JR says, "I like their pizza." Shut up, JR.
I like their pizza. What? Who says that?
Yeah. So then we have a recap of how we got to this point, to Blood and Guts, and we also get a rundown of the rules. Jericho Appreciation Society is out first, and they are wearing...
Oh my God.
How would you describe these shirts? Just let's talk about these shirts that they were wearing. I get that they were doing the whole like Clockwork Orange thing with the hats and the baseball bats and all that, but what is up with these shirts? Can we just... First of all, they were like mesh see-throughs.
They look like strippers.
They did look like strippers. They really did. They really did look like strippers. That is a great call, heel. So the Stripper Association Society comes out first. And obviously, Blackpool Combat Club is out next. Kingston, Ortiz, and Santana come out first together. I don't know why they're still doing the separate entrances thing, especially when JAS came out all together. With the Blackpool Combat Club, we're getting separate entrances. Then Claudio and Yuta, followed by Mox. No, I'm sorry. Claudio and Yuta, followed by Mox. Sorry about that. The match starts, and it's Claudio and Sammy. I thought that was good choices. YMCA. It's fun to say YMCA. Oh boy. So we get, I don't know. Tell me if you guys think I'm wrong about this. We get a botch to start the match.
Oh my
And
God.
the botch to start the match, by the way, it was Claudio and Sammy that started the match. And it looked like Claudio was trying to do like a back body drop to Sammy over the ropes from one ring into the other ring. And yeah, Sammy botched it. And did you guys notice this? What do you guys think of the spot?
Everybody had trouble going in between those two ropes. My God, so many botches there, and it was to the point that as we get later down the match, I started cringing because I remember the botches in the beginning of the match, and I was actually afraid. It wasn't entertaining, put it that way. I'm gonna elaborate later on why, but wow, I noticed that. I was like, man, I hope you don't get really injured. With all the injury bugs that's going on. My God, here's some more situation. Heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as that happened, it wasn't just that, but there was a lot of things that just took me out of this whole match, and I was just like, well, for starters, we all knew Claudio's team was going to win because AEW booking, and another thing was simply stuff like this, and also because it's John Moxley. Of course, we're going to have to do a blade spot, because he saw him later on in the match. He was like, I'm going to make you bleed, man. And it's like...
Yeah, to me, this match just was... The middle was very boring for me. I almost kind of phased out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you should have saw me watching. I was like...
Yeah, what's the score of the Astros game? Yeah.
Oh, it's 2-1.
2-1 game.
No, I meant that was you during the match. Yeah.
Sadly, it wasn't on. We were busy beating up on the Mets. Sorry, Chef
right.
Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Chef Dan.
Yeah.
You're shut down. So, yeah, this match was just an okay match with like one or two really cool spots. But I'll get to thoughts in a moment. Do you guys mind if I just run down what actually happened in the match first?
No, of course, absolutely. You're the coach.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So then we have Garcia come in of 2.0. Yuta hits him with a bunch of very impressive suplexes. Hager next. Becomes Hager from Final Fight. That's an 80s, 90s video game reference for you old men out there.
I thought you were gonna say Voltron, but I go even further back.
Right.
I'm not that old, thankfully.
You will be. So Hager is out next, and they do a face-to-face with him and Claudio, and then Mox. Garcia gets busted open. Parker of 2.0 is out next. I was kind of confused because I felt like Parker came out twice. This is like how uninterested in this match I was. I kind of I was like, wait, wasn't he in already? Then Ortiz. At one point, I'm watching this. I'm like, you know what? This is too much to watch. It must be great if you're watching in the arena. if you're watching in the arena, this would be like a really impressive match to watch. But in terms of watching it on TV, it was just hard to follow. It was so hard to follow. I feel like this is one of those matches that you can only watch live in the arena. That hot Detroit crowd.
Not only that, I forgot Jericho was supposed to go in. That's how uninterested I was. So when they finally came in, I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about you." I
was waiting for that. I was like, when is Jericho going to get in? Come on, Jericho, get in already. So,
yeah, I forgot about Jericho. Like, I'm like, wow. I'm like, I actually forgot about Jericho.
Wow. So then next is Ortiz. Santana. Sorry, next is Santana. And then finally Jericho. I liked the thing with Jericho getting in the ring and him being like protected. Hager goes to a table. JR then says, "Somebody get the tables." Shut up, JR. He just went through a table. That's what you say. That's what you say before somebody goes through a table. You say get the tables, not after somebody goes through a table. So, man. That's
what is
like
the old Team 3D, like the retirement home version.
Retirement home version of Team 3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he goes to a table and JR yells, "Somebody get the tables!"
Yeah.
No, JR, it's a little late for that. So, sorry about that. Even the dog hates JR.
Yeah. Okay. I never thought we'd come to a time where now everyone's tired of JR. We're like, go home, JR. You're done.
Go home, JR. Go home, JR. You're drunk. So then we have Mox bringing out the tax, and I think it was Kingston bringing up the canvas of the other ring. So we have tax on one ring. We have the canvas being brought up on the other ring. This is for me when the match finally started to pick up. I think it was Parker of 2.0 who went on the tax. Then Kingston hits Jericho in the face with a handful of tacks. Then we have the fire extinguisher spot by Jericho. And Conti steals the keys to the cage, opens the cage. Ruby Soho comes out, takes Ty Conti. Jericho and Kingston climb. Sammy follows. Then we get a reference to Hell in a Cell in 1998 between Undertaker and Mankind. Yep. Taker and Foley. Kingston throws Sammy off. What?
I was like, never compared this match to that match.
Oh no! I'm saying that they made a reference to it.
No. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the commentary.
Oh, them.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Did I botch again?
No.
All right. Kingston throws Sammy off. That was one of the spots that I thought to myself, okay, this is a cool spot in the middle of like a semi-boring match. Then we get the walls on Kingston on the top of the cage. Claudio climbs. We get the giant swing because he's Claudio. He does the uppercut. He does the giant swing. It's the same old stuff he did in WWE. Don't call him Cesaro.
Let me honest.
Now he's Claudio, and he still sucks.
But any Swiss, can I be honest with you, Adam?
Of course.
I was already out of this match to the point where I was already dozing off too, kind of. To the point where, like, when they were on top of the cage, I was like, what are they doing on top of the cage?
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that. When I saw that they were gonna take the match above, expand the borders, and especially when they went on top of the steel cage there, I was very nervous. To me, instead of enjoying the match, I stopped enjoying the match, and I was actually more fearful of safety for those wrestlers. Um, Especially Jericho. He's in his 50s. And Eddie Kingston doesn't look like a plethora of health neither. He looks, very out of shape. Um, Cesaro looks phenomenal. He didn't even break a sweat. He's conditioning for a match. A guy who has not been wrestling since February. Looks phenomenal shape. I was afraid when he was doing that spin on top of the cage. That AEW is known for a lot of botches with their wrestlers, and like, please, we don't need someone on live TV to fall by mistake here, lose this balance.
Oh yeah,
get injured really bad. I'm
Yeah.
like, and I thought that whole event on the cage, I personally was more was more afraid for the performers more than actually enjoying the entertainment value. And then they spend so much time on top of the cage resting and like, unfortunately, Ortiz Santana injured his knee, so he's out. He really injured his knee. He's really damaged badly.
Another one bites the dust.
Another injury there, and hopefully he can recover soon because he is an Indies champion in Puerto Rico, and I know they're gonna need him. He's the inaugural champ, and they're gonna need him to defend his title. Hopefully he returns, he recovers, and he's back, back to better than ever when it's time to wrestle and defend that title. But all in all, I'm like, oh please! And then when Sammy Guevara, I know it was gonna be safe to throw him off there because you saw the stage where he landed on was safe, but still was a little cringeworthy there. Because I don't trust AEW, with their wrestlers to be clean, and we saw botches as soon as the match started. They couldn't even get through the turnbuckle ropes, and they were tripping. And I when I see them on a roll on top of the cage, I'm like, please, Lord, don't ruin the wrestling experience here. They got some, despite I do not like AEW, but don't want to see anyone get hurt or taken out in an ambulance.
When are they going to start making their place a lot more safe for wrestlers to work? Because it wasn't just that, because they've been having a lot of hardcore spots lately and stuff like that, and I can't believe they haven't finally figured out and be like, man, why are wrestlers getting more injured? So it's because they're having these hardcore matches and hardcore spots constantly. And you wonder why. And you wonder why WWE slowed down on that kind of stuff. It's because of moments like that. And I'm not even saying this to try to be funny or anything like that. And I hope people don't take it that way. But it would have been, and then there's no really good way to say this. So I'm just gonna say it like this: it would have been absolutely ironic for a wrestler to fall and injure themselves on a company that just really 2 months ago had the Owen Hart Cup.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing to my wife.
Yeah, I'm like, and you don't want to have that, even if it's just an injury. So yeah,
I said the same thing. I said, meanwhile, that they pretty much joined the Kiss My Ass Club to Martha Hart with the Hart tournament, and about safety, we're honored, and meanwhile, during the if you recall, Jeff Hardy threw himself from a ladder while she was in attendance, and then you have this match where they're gonna go all fight on top of the cage. I know you want to, we want to see something exciting, like, oh my God, you're taking it to another level. But sometimes, you keep it simple is smart. And I want you to check out. I will post it on the Heal the Ring Facebook group page. There's an article where they interviewed Arn Anderson. And Arn Anderson says that this wrestling, the current, why it's so sloppy, so much botches, and why the product is not that crisp, because they don't wrestle much. They don't put in the wrestling time, these wrestlers. They only wrestle maybe twice a week at best, or maybe once a week with Dynamite. And we know Rampage is Dynamite's recorded all the same day. AEW don't do a lot of house shows. They don't do house shows where they're gonna get the bumps. They get the get to work on their craft, the matches. That's why they complain. You could complain about WWE with them saying, "Oh, we're going to see the same match again on Monday Night Raw." Well, there's safety. They're telling us a picture. Their product is much more safer. Guys do get injured in WWE. Look at Biggie. Biggie got hit, broke his neck. There is still danger, but WWE is much more safer, and they trust their in-ring competitor because they also go to house shows. They wrestle. They got the Performance Center. They go through the matches. They go through the progression. Yep. And it's not just show up whenever you feel like it on a work schedule. And I think Arn Anderson has some truth to that. And I did speak with someone in NXT when I went to, who I'm not gonna, He has a podcast. He works for a wrestling company. I'm not gonna say any names or anything. He says that their style it tends to get to injuries. Their style of wrestling a little more hardcore, and it does tend to get a lot of wrestlers injured. And hey, AEW is very entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but maybe they gotta dial back on certain moves or going overboard with certain moves. Do you really need to do that power bomb that they turned 360? Not really, because granted it's been clean, but man, you could see where it could go wrong if they don't all turn at the same time. There's a lot of moves that could be really dangerous. It looks great on paper, but at the end of the day, remember, they're still kids, 13, 7-year-olds. There's kids who are 13 that have 6-year-old brothers, siblings, and they might want to try that move on them. And my God, if they do that wrong, they're gonna kill little kids.
Yeah.
Imagine, and this happened.
I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest with AEW, and I know some people are like, "What?" But the more and more he shows up on TV, and there's how much I can care less about your steel cage matches and everything like that, because we all know identity character is more superior than anything in wrestling as far as like being memorable and stuff like that. I'm actually more entertained the more I see him in Danhausen than I am in Jericho's Creation Society or the Blackpool Combat Club. I'm just being honest. Sue me all you want. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
Like the more and more I see Danhausen, the more and more I'm like, you know what? I really like this kid. I'm really entertained by him. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you guys this: who do you think was the MVP of this Blood and Guts match?
You're asking a $1 billion question, dude. I don't know if anyone stood out like that. Like the easy answer would probably be Claudio, just because obviously that's how they wanted to book him. Because like I said, no one, like if you're Tony Khan, there's no way you're gonna be at the table to sign the contract and be like, so Claudio, we're gonna sign you, and guess what? The first day you come, you're gonna job out as a WWE guy, and then on top of that, you're gonna lose in the Blood and Guts tournament. There's no way that's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is, since you're Tony Khan and you saw that hug, man, you're just gonna hold on tight, and you're gonna be like, dude,
How come Johnny?
Yeah, hold on, Adam. You're gonna be like, Cesaro, I love you, man. Listen, Daniel Bryan got injured, man. You're a homie. You're gonna sign on the dotted line, and when you do, you're gonna be the mystery guy, and you're gonna win, man. And you're gonna make
I love you, man.
here. Yeah, and on top of that, you're gonna go in Blood and Guts, and you're gonna get over too. Why? Because we love you, and we appreciate you,
and everyone loves you.
And no
we don't
one's
care
ever
to do
gonna
the same shit that you did in
and
WWE.
and no one's
you
ever
can do
gonna
all
love
the uppercuts you want.
And no one's ever gonna love you as much as me, man. I don't care if you want to go by Cesaro or Claudio, man. You're forever my man. You're a total eclipse of my heart, man. Okay.
Well, I don't
Just
think he can go by Claudio. I don't think he can go by Cesaro. I think that's a WWE thing.
But you get what I mean. And one day, man, you can guarantee you're gonna be AEW champion.
Well, okay, but how about this? Let me ask you this: why didn't Johnny Morrison get the same treatment? How come he got jobbed out to Samoa Joe in the Owen Cup and we never heard from him again?
Because he's probably wrestling other promotions and stuff like that. Probably like traveling issues, if I had to guess. Because otherwise, trust me, he would get pushed. But I think either that or I think I heard he got injured. But either way, I know Claudio is a bigger name than Johnny Elite.
Not by much. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, yeah, Claudio had some success on the Indies. He had success in Ring of Honor, but Morrison had more success in other companies. He had more success in. Hold on. He was in Impact. He was in Lucha Underground. He was in WWE. He was a tag team with arguably the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. Talking about The Miz. I know you're not going to disagree there, heel. Ms. Mark.
You can also look at it this way. Imagine being the guy, you're like, man, we come at a crossroads. It's a mystery. It's the Joker versus Miro. And the Joker is Johnny Elite. Tony Khan, who do you want to win? And Tony Khan's like, oh, man. Heads or tails. Who's going to win who's going to get the big push for the WWE guys? Siri, flip a coin. Oh, it's tails. Miro, you're going over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Again, and it's ex WWE guy versus ex WWE guy. Which ex WWE guy is gonna win? Kind of
Yeah.
like, kind of like when we finally get to see Mox versus Punk.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Money in the Bank 2014.
Yeah. Flip a coin on your phone, Tony. That's who's gonna win.
Uh, my this actually might be surprising, but I'm actually gonna pick either Wheeler Yuta or Scott Parker as the MVP of this. I'm not even gonna go with Sammy. I know Sammy's the obvious pick because he took the bump off the cage, but to me that was like falling on a mattress. You know, I mean that couldn't have looked any safer. I know Kev was kind of a little bit you're a little bit critical of that spot, but to me, you know, it just looked extremely safe, extremely safe. Um, but
Remember last year, Jericho dislocated his elbow in butt and guts, for taking a fall from the cage.
that's true. That's true, but I don't think it looked as safe as that spot that Sammy took. I mean, that just looked like incredibly safe. Um, but Wheeler Yuta, he got massively hurt. Not injury wise, but I mean, he got thumbtacks on his back. Scott Parker, he took a bunch of bumps and bruises in that match as well. So I'm going to have to go with either of those. Who's your pick, Kev, for MVP of this match?
You know, I was gonna go. You know, a very underrated. Even though his team didn't win, I thought Daniel Garcia, week after week, continues to get greater and greater and greater. Better in AEW. I knew the talent was there in NXT, but you know, in WWE they look for taller and bigger wrestlers there. I understand why Daniel Garcia was released from NXT. But I love what he's doing there. He has a great mentor in Chris Jericho. That's why I was happy to see Sammy Guevara go back with Jericho and get these young guys under their wing. But to me, it was Daniel Garcia. I thought Daniel Garcia, just looking on the outside, took some bumps, wrestled well. Even Jack Hager didn't look so bad. But I'm gonna go with Daniel Garcia just in a nutshell, just to be short and sweet.
All right. Final thoughts on Blood and Guts on a whole. Heel, if you want, you can start.
Honestly, I was mostly bored in this whole show. I hate to be that guy, but probably a solid. Yeah, probably a solid D.
All right, Kev.
I like the opening match. Orange Cassidy was phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. The Christian heel was also good. The Luchasaurus squash match was also really good there. I'm really critical. Remember, I'm one of those who's criticized AEW a lot, and I liked it there up to that point. I couldn't care less of personally of Jay Cardi already. I'm enough with her. Personally, I am already. She's a beautiful woman. An eye candy. I'm going to be honest with you. Beautiful to look at. Phenomenal. I don't think her wrestling, her attitude that she tried per se to show. I couldn't care less anymore. Just get her. You know what? Hurry up, Dina. Take the title away from her if you are. Which you suck too. I really think it should be Chris Statlander who should get it. But that's for another discussion. I couldn't care less for her. With the poor Layla was trying to help, trying to join her facet. Then she rejected. She's already, staking. Hopefully, just got there, and you're already treating him like the other guy, like garbage. Like, what's wrong with you? Jay Carter, what the hell's wrong with you? And it's like, it doesn't. It's not coming along awesome. It doesn't. Her. Yeah, I know it's your heel. You want to get that heat, but not with your own house. Is like I couldn't. I really that Jay Carter here. I'm really over it. There's other good ladies that they could rest. They could put her to wrestle and get over. I'm just like put her, send her away for a few. Send her. I can see why you're on Rampage and no one really sees you on Friday night and good riddance. But the cage match, it was a little at times in the beginning was fun. Then it got to the middle section was a little boring, and then when you finally got the final competitors, action started picking up. It was a roller coaster ride, up and down, up and down. I was a little cringeworthy with the stuff on top of the ring, you know, hopefully, you know, because that's just for their safety. Yeah, the botches. They known for so much botches. I just didn't want someone to get hurt. I do like the wrestling, all the competitors that were in there. I didn't. The ending. I understand what they're building here. They're building for Eddie Kingston does not like Cesaro, and they're going to go at it. They're going to break. That's where Eddie Kingston will separate from the Blackpool Club. Although he's not part of the Blackpool Club Combat Club, he's just joining to beat up on the Jericho Society. By Cesaro, you know, getting, you know, maybe they're playing that angle. The XWE guys coming in here. Maybe Eddie Kingston will be the next disgruntled wrestler to start cutting promos like an MJF, and instead of becoming you know, the MJF is not on camera, maybe Eddie Kingston starts that disgruntled wrestler, like, oh, you see, you bring this guy and you could put him over. I wanted to get the submission, and you had to steal the spotlight, and you know, and maybe that's something they build a storyline at the end of it that, you know, to be continued, which I appreciate. I liked it. I appreciate it because we criticize it that they do all this cluster and we're like, oh, we don't know what, well, you know, and they actually made a storyline. He wasn't happy getting, you know, he has to, and even in victory, he was disappointed because he wanted to close that chapter with Jericho and they did not allow it. Now, let me ask you something, Adam. Did you, or Heel, when Claudio climbed up to the cage and it was just Jericho and Kingston, I thought Claudio was going to turn. I was like, you know what? I think he's going to go with Jericho because remember, it's supposed to be sports entertainers versus wrestler, and Cesaro comes from the sports entertaining world, and I thought there was going to be a possible turn there, but it didn't. But I like the storyline they're trying to tell, Adam.
Yeah, I like this story also. I like what they're doing with Kingston and Claudio not getting along. They're kind of invoking some of the stuff that they did on the indies as canon, which I think is interesting. I feel like the feud is kind of over now between the Blackpool Combat Club and Jericho Appreciation Society. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I feel like this was, you know, this was a blow off. Yeah, I feel like that feud is dead, and it's not going to be brought back. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's it now for this feud.
I agree.
Yeah, it should be it. Like, honestly, like, even if we do want to keep these two groups around, have them do their own thing, because it's just bored. Like, especially when you don't have your main stars having to do something major every week, it just gets boring seeing like the same regurgitating stuff week after week. Like, it's sort of like we heard like with what was it, MK Samurai, something like that, or maybe it was one of like people from the Wrestling Express. It's kind of like the same thing as you can tell with them. Was like, yes, I understand where they were coming from, because it's like, if you're gonna do the same stuff over and over again, at least you gotta try your best to be entertaining with it. And at this point, they're not even being really entertaining with it, because it's not like they do cool segments or anything like that. It's not like they do anything like that. It's just always wrestling. It's like yeah, they did like one segment with Jericho, but even that guy interrupted and it turned into like a big brawl. It's like with these two, it's either like a brawl or a match. And it's like, why not do something simple if we're gonna continue it? Like, why not do like, I don't know, it's Jericho Appreciation Society having like dinner at like, I don't know, late night at Denny's or something like that, or Waffle House. They're just all talking, be like, let's all tell Jericho what we're thankful for. Just something funny like that. I don't know. Just like, you know, completely out of the blue. That's like not AEW. Like you know what I mean? There's something entertaining.
Kind of like what they did with Jericho and MJF, where they have like a dance off or whatever, or kind of like
just something refreshing and something we haven't seen in a while. You know, because like these constant brawls and everything, they're cool to have once in a while. But having them on a constant basis, it just gets boring, and it's just like
I kind of miss when AEW took itself less seriously. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's why I'm starting to love Danhausen a lot more, because like I feel like he's a wrestler I can just relax and watch, and he's just really entertaining too. Because like he kind of reminds me of like kind of like a really goofy like 80s or 90s cartoon. and it's like I really am starting to dig his character because like, and then I'm being honest with you, when he's off TV, I actually feel sad, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go, time for serious wrestlers with no gimmicks. I'm like, oh my god,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
All
let
right,
me
well,
guess, female wrestlers at the 9 o'clock hour, right, Tony Khan? 'Cause that's just how we do it.
this is
Always
how
before-
we do it.
Always before the main. Always before the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I think I completely skipped over the Jade Cargill stuff. I made notes for it. I think I just completely skipped it.
It's okay.
But whatever.
It was okay because it was instead of really celebrating her talent, because she's talented, she's strong, she's good looking, great wrestler, but just the antics, like, what's your storyline? I know you want to be a bad woman, a bad bitch, but
Yeah.
staying home. You got Michael Bivens, the ex, and you treating him like the other manager you had, Mark Scott, Mark, and it's like, I understand, can bring me an appointment that I could beat, and I know, did you catch the reference? There's a rest, oh yeah, I got someone in mind that she doesn't even fill out the W-2 forms yet. Reference to, you don't know what that means, not with the company.
Sasha?
But, yeah, that's what he meant, but she's not going there. She's going to be resigning with the WWE. They're working it out. I always said it from the very beginning. It was, take some time off, take the summer off. She had eye surgery on a LASIK. Eye surgery. Also, season 2 of The Mandalorian is also being filmed. There are a couple of parts there. Take the summer off. I know what McMahon is doing. Get the summer off. We're going to bring you back with a new contract. Take some time off. Get situated. And I said, there's other things going on. So I won't be surprised if she returns back in the WWE. I don't see her going to AEW. Personally, just my opinion, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I had one question before we get off that. Where was Hook in this whole storyline with Danhausen?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, they forgot about it. They completely, and so did I.
Yeah.
and what about this guy? These guys are on witness protection.
Oh my gosh, where are they? Where's Powerhouse Hobson? Where's Keith Lee? Where's Mr. I got a jacket. I got a jacket.
Well, at least they wrestled on the buy-in on AEW. The buy-in show. At least we got to see Keith Lee sucking it up more than ever in the buy-in show. But other than that,
because
they're
like,
these guys don't even wrestle. Ricky Starks is a really young, talented. Don't be surprised if his contract is coming when it comes to an end, which is probably being anytime soon. He won't resign. I can see him. Remember, he is still good friends with Cody Rhodes. I can see him defecting. Also, there was a report on, if you follow us on the Facebook page, Heel of the Ring group. There's also an article saying how Warlord is looking his eye on WWE when his contract is up. So a lot of rumors, a lot of notes there.
I would if I were Warlord.
If I was Warlord, I would go because he has the look and he will be a mega star. He probably be the next Batista 2.0 in my opinion if he goes to the WWE.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Imagine him and Braun Breaker. Like him and Braun Breaker could have some great matches.
Oh yeah, because more likely he will start out in NXT too. And I'm not gonna lie, that would probably get me to watch NXT. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
You mean you don't watch NXT for me? I come on there. I'm part of the show now. I'm in the front row, man.
Wait.
In the seat.
Wait, Kev,
Yeah.
you actually wrestle in NXT?
I'm actually a part of the NXT universe. I sit there with the Tony D'Angelo, hey, and the Braun Breaker and the Von Wagners, and I'm there, man, live in color.
That's another guy. That's another guy. He can have good matches with Damian Priest. He can have good matches with a lot of people there.
I'm just being honest though. Warlow versus Braun Breaker though. Oh my god, those are some match of the year candidates just waiting to happen.
Yeah, just think of him. They've got wrestlers in the NXT coming up in the pipeline. Phenomenal. You could see Warlow. There's so many good ones. Even if Warlow gets over, you got a guy like Sangha. He's a big Indian dude who's strong as hell. Zion Quinn, another one. I don't know. I think Warlow won't go to NXT. I think Warlow goes right to the main roster. I think they'll use him. They'll know what to do with him. They'll season him up there, and I think it'll be interesting to see if he goes there. The one that I really am more excited is seeing Ricky Starks go there because him and Carmelo Hayes. Remember that name, Carmelo Hayes in NXT. He is going to be a star in the WWE in years to come. Phenomenal in-ring performer. Also, Cameron Grimes. I mean, NXT's got some. Please watch NXT because there's some lot of young good wrestlers there. Even if you record it on DVR, because it's fun, it's really good. You can forward the matches. You just watch the technicality, the way they're learning how to. There's potential. NXT is really exciting in my opinion.
But yeah, when they did have the Danhausen versus with mystery opponents, I thought Hogan was going to be there as a manager, and they did try to build that up. Like, remember, they were like, it's going to be Hookhausen, and then
I would have liked Hook to come out with him at least, and even be on the apron with with him there. Yeah.
How about this? What about Powerhouse Hobbs versus Killer Cross?
Yeah, was that supposed to happen? Was it supposed to happen?
Killer Cross turned on a shot on a contract with NXT. I mean, excuse me, with AEW. He was supposed to be, instead of the mystery opponent for it was supposed to be Johnny Elite, supposed to be Killer Cross, but Killer Cross didn't want to lose. They didn't come out of eye, and he turned NXT and he turned AEW down twice. To be honest with you, to come back, and also I think he wants to bring his wife along with him as well. So he's got. I personally, be honest with you, Adam, I think, I don't know about you, but I am, and I keep forgetting, I got to put, but so many hours of wrestling that we cover, and plus with the other programs that I have, man, Impact Wrestling, not for nothing, is very exciting.
Okay.
I know you like New Japan. I know you like New Japan Wrestling, and you like New Japan where I like Impact. I think Impact it's got something going on. I really, really love it. I saw their Slammiversary was a really good program. Just to talk a little bit about that, it was really good. The ladies, the Queen of the Mountain match was phenomenal. They took, my God, it was really good to see them ladies. Also, the champion, the heavyweight champion for an Impact as well. You also saw the Briscoe brothers lost their titles to the Good Boys. That was a good tag team match. And then you saw the Originals come out, then the ATNA Originals, and they had all the beer. It was phenomenal. I'm at Slammiversary. I know we didn't get a touch on it. It's about 2 weeks ago, but it was all good. I really am enjoying what Impact is doing. I think they got something cooking, and I hope they're going to be a major threat if they keep on going. And the talent that they have there, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sorry for people that are like, why is he randomly pumping his fist like that? I'm like, that's because
the Astros got out of a jam.
People are like, what? Why is he doing this?
It's only the 7th inning, 2-1 Astros over my New York Yankees. Remember, the Astros still got that bad bullpen. We'll be all right.
Before we call it night, can I just see that picture of Cesaro hugging Claudio one more time?
Wait a minute.
Tony Khan.
Wait a minute, there's plenty more. This is the beautiful love fest that was the back door.
And I will always.
Look at that. That's a wild thing.
I'm a Mark that has a wrestling company. Ooh. There it is. I love that picture so much. I can't tell you how much I love.
All I gotta say when I see that. There you go.
Oh man, there are some spouses in America, mind you, that don't even love their partner as much as Tony Khan loves Cesaro right now.
Well, you got to be careful because if you start doing that, you're gonna end up like this man. Oh, champ! I don't hug him, man.
No chance of getting away from these accusations.
Oh, yes, he is. I don't hug men.
It's raining, man. All he is raining, man.
Wow.
I got a great theme. Before we go, I got a great theme for Tony Khan. I like to hug men. Dun dun. I like to hug men. Dun dun. Yeah. I like to hug him. I like to hug him. I like to hug him. I like to
Oh
hug
my
him.
god.
All right.
There's this TikToker I like to watch where he makes wrestlers come out to other wrestlers' theme songs. I sent a few to Adam. Imagine Tony Khan coming out to Bailey's old theme song. There ain't no stopping us now. Now it's right on the floor. It's like
He's a
and
hugger.
not coming out to the ring. The Hugger, Tony Khan, or the XOD Hugger, Tony Khan.
Oh man,
And then
freaking
it's
poodle
another
head.
right on the-
You dumb Mark. You freaking poodle head. Freaking. You know what? I have to say, honestly, I was going to say it off the air. I'm going to say it right here. I'm giving AEW a chance. I'm going to give them more of a chance than I was going to give them. Because at this point, yeah, I'm almost ready to give up on AEW, but I decided to extend my lease on AEW a little bit.
He's signing
Wow.
another 1-year deal.
Which is why I'm giving them until All Out. I'm giving them until September. If they don't improve by September, sorry, Kev, but I might be switching to Tuesday nights. And
Oh,
Luther, sorry, Luther, but you might be the new AEW guy.
Luther
Yeah.
Luther doesn't like AEW.
Oh, well, too bad. We can't have that many people on Tuesday, so someone's got to review Raw.
That's right.
And
There's already a lot of people that review Raw, and
I outrank Luther, so.
I guess what I'll do is I guess I'll have to keep an eye on I guess in NXT, something like that. I'll see what I can do.
I'm giving them until September. I'm going to
Well,
give them.
Alright.
You know what?
Anyway,
you know
Adam,
what?
don't worry about it. When we might be covering it live from the performance center. Me and Adam, the DIFFMAN, live
No.
at NXT.
You know
2.0.
what?
New
You know
home
what?
of Orlando, O-Town, baby.
You know what? Just for the fans, I'll try to keep an eye on AEW. I'll try.
Hey, I mean, like I said, things might get better by September.
Yeah.
So
I doubt it.
They may not like my opinions, but at least I'm honest with how I feel about things.
All right.
I would love to continue to review AEW. I really would, and I really do want to continue to review AEW. However, if it remains in this state or gets worse, I might just have to give up.
Well,
I might just have to throw in the towel.
We're playing the Cena song. Your time is up. Your time is now. You
But
gotta go.
Adam, you're also never supposed to give up.
I never said that. That was somebody else. That was a guy that just celebrated what, 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years in wrestling. Well,
All right.
this
Anyway,
is me.
do you want to call it, or do you guys have anything else?
Other than the news and notes that WWE signed former Bellator MMA fighter Valerie Lorena to the NXT
Yeah, I
Performance Center.
remember that.
She is now going to be part of that, and as well as Jake Paul has signed a contract with the WWE, and he will be in SummerSlam. So now I don't know if it's a one-night appearance there, but I think it's going to be a staple now, a wrestler now with the WWE, which is going to be fun to see. You know, Jake Paul performance was really good on WrestleMania, and interested to see that. And other than that, other news and notes, that's what I have for now. But
I like Jake Paul.
I like him too. I think he. I don't like the kid outside with the boxing crap, but I think in the WWE as a wrestler, as a performer, I think he's gonna do really well. I really am. I'm intrigued with that, and I'm excited there. And yeah, that's what I have for news and notes. We'll like you to watch definitely our WWE SmackDown review with Rampage. And of course, we're going to have the NBA basketball after the trade deadline. We will be talking about that. Myself and Chef Dan will stay tuned for the videos for those that are listening. And of course, Money in the Bank. We will be having a watch along. It's Adam, if you want to join us for the watch along, I will be doing the watch along for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And it'll be interesting to see there. And we will be having that there. I can't wait to review that. And of course, I will be live and in person on NXT. Great American Bash. I will be there, so it'll be fun. I can't wait for that. And those are what we have there.
I don't know if you guys. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but these dogs are saying Tony Khan sucks. Tony Khan sucks.
I heard it. Yeah, look at that. I thought it was saying AEW, Mark, bro. So If that's all we have there, Adam, thank you so much for hosting the program. Like always, you always do a phenomenal job. I'm covering AEW, and we always love to have you on covering AEW. And come to the NXT side. Hopefully, we'll be there live, and we'll get to rub elbows with the NXT crowd. And of course, Heel, thank you for joining me tonight, and we'll run the intro. Guys, have a good and wonderful night. And this is Heel of the Ring podcast.
I'm awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a bat, I
looking
don't
at
know,
the
my rap, my
youngest
blood
and
boils
fastest
over like,
rising star
oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And I ain't gon' wish you had such a fuck up real bad.
Shut up.
Hey Tony, sign me.